Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video we will build an unclickable button. Okay, so it is a simple game in which if you try to click a button, then it will change its position with respect to your mouse. Okay, so it will be very difficult for you to click that. Okay, so we will see how to make that, and the main concept of this video will be on JavaScript. Okay, the main logic will be, of course, JavaScript, because we have to detect the position of our mouse, and with respect to that we have to change the position of that button. Okay, so we will see that also, and let's start with the video. Okay, so first of all, as always, we will add a boilerplate. Okay, and then I will add a style tag and also a script tag. Okay, style tag and a script tag. All right, and there is not much HTML and CSS. The main focus will be on JavaScript only. Okay, so in body and one more thing, in this game we will also add a scoreboard. Okay, so that you can see your time. Okay, we will add the score as a time, like in what time you are able to click that button. Okay, so we will add that also. Okay, to give it a oops okay, so yes, we will add a score also. So let's start. In the body, first of all, add a div, and this will be our container, and inside this I will add a div, and this will be our box. Inside that box, first of all, let's give this a id of box and give this id of container. Okay, so I will add cont, and in this box I will add our button. Okay, so let's add button, and let's say click me. Okay, so yes, and I will give this id of btn. Okay, so this is the portion of our button, and now let's create another div for our scoreboard. Okay, we have to display the scoreboard also. All right, so another div inside which, instead of div, let's use a section. Okay, let's use a section, and inside that section we will add a div, and inside that div we will write the score. Okay, so let's say like your time, let's say your time will be, because at starting the time will be 0 second. Okay, so your time is 0 second, so it will just increase every second. So we will add that by set interval. Okay, in JavaScript, and now let's give them an id. So let's say sec, and this one I will give score. Okay, because it is our score. Alright, so I think now we are done with our HTML, and now let's add some CSS to it. Okay, so first of all, I will just make the background color of the body like gray. Okay, because it just looks cool. Okay, so I will just make it, this will look good. Okay, and let's go live and see what our game is looking, and you can see here it is looking like that. Okay, so we will just make that perfect, and now I will add, I will target the id of box. Okay, this thing. Okay, inside which our button is there. Okay, the click me button is there, and inside that box, first of all, I will add a border so that you can see which box I am talking about. Okay, so let's add border, and let's give a border of that. We will remove that. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the border, and okay, let's do that. And now let's change the width to something like 100 pixel maybe, and yes, I think it is perfect. Okay, and now let's do the position absolute, okay, because we need to, so that we can change the position in our JavaScript code. Okay, and now let's okay, so now let's make this button in center. Okay, so from top I will give it 100 pixel, and let's give it from left also. From left I will write, let's say 700 pixel. Okay, and yes, I think now it is almost center. Okay, we will just leave that because it is just looking fine. And now I will add some padding, okay, to that box. So let's add a padding of let's say first of all 10 pixel. No, let's say 30. Yes. Alright, so this padding is looking great, and the reason why I have added the padding, I will tell you that later in the JavaScript part. Okay, when we will do the JavaScript part. So first of all, let's quickly do the CSS. Okay, and and yes, I think now the box part is done, and let's okay, and one more thing we have to add. I just forgot that. One more thing, let's add a start button. Okay, start, so that we can start our game. Okay, so I will add that between this. Okay, so um we will just remove div and we will just add button. Okay, so I will say start. Okay, and let's give it ID of start. All right. And yes, I think now it is fine, and let's target that. Okay, and first of all, let's do the cursor pointer. Okay, and then also the position of this also we have to do absolute. And let's see what our start button is looking. So as you can see here, it is right there. We need that to be in center. Okay, in just center. Okay, from vertical and horizontal both. So for that, let's say left and we will add like around 45 VW. No, let's increase 48. Yes, it is fine. And from top also, let's say 50. Okay, 50 VH. And yes, it is looking great. Okay, so our start button is now in the center. Okay, and now let's do some styling in section part, in which our scoreboard is there. Okay, so in section we will just add a position of absolute for now. Okay, and let's come to the score one. So in score, let's say okay, let's add a border first. Let's add a border of, let's say, 3 pixel solid white. Okay, solid white, and as you can see here, it is looking great. And let's add some padding, and padding, let's say 10 pixel. Yes, it is looking great. And now I will also change the color of the text to white. Okay, and yes, now it is looking great. All right. Okay, so I think now our styling part is all done, and let's move to the main part of this video, which is JavaScript. Okay, so first of all um for first of all, to change the position of this button, we have to detect the position of our mouse. Okay, so for that there is a function called offset x and offset y. Okay, so let me just show you. I will just write document dot get element by id, and what id? Box. Okay, because we are targeting this red box. Okay, this red one. And I will add an add event listener in which whenever a mouse is on that box. Okay, so for that there is a add event listener called mouse over. Okay, not hover, over, without an h. Okay, so in this, and also we have to add a function. Okay, and inside that function we will write the main logic. Okay. And one more thing, let's give it a function called e. Okay, and now let's make a variable called x, which will be targeting our position of our mouse. Okay, so that is what I was saying earlier. So e dot offset x. Okay, so as you can see here, and what will this give us? It will give us the x position, okay, of our mouse, the x position of our mouse. Okay, this will give the x position of our mouse. So I will just copy that down, and same thing for y axis. Okay, let name y is equal to e dot offset y, and it will give us the y position of the mouse. Okay. Alright, and now as we have defined these variables, now we can add to change the position of our this button. Okay, so now as we have got the position of the mouse, we can change the position of that button. So let's write document dot get element by id, and this time we will target our btn because we have to change the position of that only. Okay, not btn, we will just move that whole box. Okay, the whole box only. So we have to target the style to change the position, and we will add from top. Okay, we will change it from top we will add this variable. Okay. Okay, so let's say top is equal to top is equal to y, and we have to multiply it from a variable, let's say for now 2, and let's say pixel. We have to write in semicolons. Okay, so and similarly for the x-axis. Okay, so for x-axis we will write left. Okay, so from left. All right. And I think this will work. So let's save and see if I will just hover it, and as you can see here, it just changes position. Okay, and here and here, and it is just changing rapidly. Okay, so we will add a transition so that we can see the change effect. Okay, so let's add a transition to make it smooth. Okay, so I will just copy that down, and instead of in style tag we will add a this transition tag. Okay, so for all linear and how many seconds, let's say 0.7 seconds. Okay, and same in the box one. Okay, we have to also add the transition in box. Okay, so let's add transition all linear 0.7 seconds. Alright, now let's see, and yes, as you can see, we have just made a unclickable button. Okay, okay, you know what, we have made a mistake, so let's correct that, and here it is, and instead of this y, we have to write x, and instead of this x we have to write y. Okay, so let's change that. This will be x and this will be our y. Okay. And now let's save, and now let's see. And yes, as you can see here, it is much great. And you know what, it is just coming to the left side. Okay, it is just coming to the left side, and in the top left. Okay, it is just moving in top left and nothing else. We can improve that by changing this variable, okay, this numbers. So if we'll just increase this number increase this number to, let's say, 4, it will just come like towards this. Okay, move further, and also this one, let's say 10. Okay, so now let's see if I will just hover it, and yes, as you can see here, I am just not able to click that, and it is just coming further more down and further more left. Okay, so now it is looking cool. And you know what, it is not going like right. So for going it to right, let's increase that to 15, and now let's see. And yes, as you can see here, it is now looking great. Okay, and so yes guys, as you can see, our unclickable button is ready, and but one thing is remaining, and that is to make this start function and add our score. And also if someone click that button, what we will do, we will add a alert. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let's do that, and for that I will add another document dot get element by id, and I will add a start, so that we have to click on that start button to start the game. Okay, so I will add click function and function, and inside this function, and inside that first of all we have to change the display. Okay, we will change the display of someone, like this start one, we will do the display block, and this one none. Okay, so let's do that. Document dot get element by id and start. Okay, start, and style dot display, it will be none. Okay, because as soon we hit that start button, it should disappear. Okay, so we will just copy these two lines, and we will add these for the scoreboard and the button. Okay, so score, instead of score we will add sec. Okay, because it is our sec, and in this box, all right, and this will be our block. Okay, these two will be block. All right. And from here, in this box, let's make the display none. Okay, display none, and same thing goes for this section also. Okay, display none. Okay, and as you can see here, as soon I just click that, the start button disappears and they both came here. Okay, so now we are ready with our start button, and now let's make the score. Okay, so for that we have to target this click event only. Okay, because as soon we hit the start button, it should increase the score. Okay, so for that we need to include a set interval. Okay, so we will just, let's say, a variable called scoring. Okay, and this will be our set interval. All right, scoring set interval, and scoring, and we will add a arrow function. Okay, and inside that arrow function we will say sum is equal to sum plus 1, and I know I have not defined sum, so let's define that, and sum will be 0. Okay, let sum will be 0. Alright, so it will just add 1 to sum in every 1 second. Okay, and for that every 1 second we will add 1000 because it is in milliseconds, so 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. Okay, and now that after increasing that, we also need to display in our HTML. Okay, so we will get the element by ID, and what ID? The score one. Okay, because we have to change the score, and we will target inner HTML. Okay, inner oops, not that, inner HTML, and here I will write your time is equal to, and first of all I will add a space, and then I will add sum. Okay, the sum, it will display this sum only, and then I will add another space, and then at last seconds. Alright, so let's see what we have got, and if I just start this button, and as you can see here our scoreboard is ready. It is just increasing second by second. Okay, so now it is fine, and our click button is also working. Okay, so now add some more logic. Let's add some more logic. Now let's see, define if someone click the button, so what will happen. Okay, so for that let's add a document dot get element by ID, and what ID? The btn one. Okay, so if someone click this. Okay, so I will add element listener, click a function, and inside this function I will add an alert. Okay, an alert will pop out, and I will give this a message that you won exclamation marks, and in next line I will add your time was, let's add the sum. Okay, this sum, your time was sum and seconds. Okay, some seconds. Alright, and as soon as someone click that, I have to change all these to the original position. Okay, so let's copy that down, and we will just okay, so why it is showing error? Alright, okay, so I have not used curly braces here. Okay, and here also. Alright, so yes, now it is fine. And now as soon someone click that button, I will make the start button block, and these two none. Okay, alright, and also I have to change the scoreboard to 0. So for that, get element by ID and score. Okay, and inner HTML, and inside that I will just give it sum to 0. Okay, and let's see, and if I just click that, and I am just trying to click that button so that we will see an alert. I think I will not able to click that button because it's just moving so fast. Instead of that, I will just decrease the time. Okay, so for the test only. Okay, so I will just add 7 seconds, and also here, so for that test only. Okay, so now if I will just click that, and I'll just click that, so yes, as you can see here, alert is there and it says you won, your time was 1 second. And now let's restart, and okay, and if I just click again, and as you can see here, your time was 18 seconds. Okay, so it is working. All right, so now what we need to do, let's also do the scoring board 0 whenever someone start. Okay, so let's copy that down, and I will just add it here. Okay, here inside the start one. Okay, so whenever we start that, the score will be 0, and I will copy that and add this this section here. Okay, this section here, and I will just say okay, so yes, now it is fine. And also below that, let's also clear the interval. Okay, so it will just clear all the interval, and what is the name of our interval? Scoring. Okay, so yes, now I think we are almost done. Okay, so let's now see, and if I just try to click that, okay, so see the scoreboard. Okay, so it is just increasing, and now I click that, 8 seconds. Okay, and if I just click that okay again, it just show me the start button, and if I just click again, it start with 0. Okay, and as you can see here, it is just increasing rapidly, so we need to change that. We need to Alright guys, so as I was saying that if I just click that and an alert appears, and when I just click start again, the timer was just rapidly increasing, but now as you can see, it is fine and working great. Okay, so what I did there, and let me show you what I did there. First of all, here was the sum. Okay, the sum was a global variable, but instead of there, I add in the start function itself. Okay, so inside the start function, I have described the sum, and as I have described the sum inside the start function, we also have to take this alert function inside that start. Okay, so I have just put this whole alert function inside that start function. Okay, and one more thing that I have done, after the starting, the interval will be clear. Okay, so this is the function, the interval will be cleared, and as you can see here in this alert, whenever just someone click on the button, the alert will show up, and after the alert, just window will be reloaded. Okay, so now let's remove this border. Okay, so we don't need this red border, and also just decrease the speed to the previous one, which is 0.7. okay, so 0.7. all right, and now guys, as you can see, we are done with our unclickable button. It is just working fine. You can see I have clicked it, and now the time is increasing, and I have to just click it faster as I can, but it is just moving so fast I cannot even click that. Okay, alright guys, so this is the video, and I hope you learned something new, and tell me in the comments on what topic should I make the next video. Okay, and if you like the game, if you like the video, hit that like button, and that's it for this video guys. I will see you in the next one.